Okay, now let's do the same program using sub procedure. Function returns a value, sub procedure does not return a value. Let's make changes in this. Okay, instead of writing here function, we'll write here sub. One difference. And the next difference is, while calling a function, we should write x equals to sum a comma b comma c. But while calling a sub procedure does not return a value. That's why what we should write is, while calling a function, we should write not x equals to, sub procedure does not return a value, so we should write here call and the name of the function and parameters sum a comma b comma c. Here sub procedure does not return a value, so we don't need to print here anything, so just delete it. Call a comma b comma c and then int. Now in the function part, again this is sub procedure, so we should write here sum a comma b comma c. And sub procedure does not return a value. I think you remember now. Function return a value, so we have here sum. Now we are using sub. Sub does not return a value, so we cannot use this same name in the sub procedure. So we should write here s, or you can write su or a double d, but different than this. We cannot use sum. So I'm writing here s equals to a plus b plus c. Now in the sub procedure, we should print the value here only. So I will print here sum of three numbers is, then I'll print s. Instead of s, you can write x also. If you write here x, you should write here same x, but different than this. In sub procedure, value will be printed here, and in the function procedure, value will be printed here. Okay, let's run the program. Output will be same. The numbers 7, 2, 5. Sum of three number is 14. So this is the difference between function and sub procedure. Once again, function returns a value, sub procedure does not return a value. Just memorize this syntax. Okay, now you can see here the difference between function and the sub is, while declaring function, we have written here functions, declare function sum a comma b comma c, and you can see instead of function, we have brought here sub. CLS and CLS is same in the both the program. After that, input, enter three numbers. Input is same in both the program. Now while calling a function, function returns a value. To store that return value, we have written here x and equals to function call sum a comma b comma c. This is function call, and this x will return the store the return value. And after this, we are printing the value of sum of three number, that is x, because we have created this function to calculate sum of three number. So this function will return sum of three numbers value, and that will be stored in x, and we printed that value. And end. This is main module finished. And after that, function sum a comma b comma c, this is same, we have copied the same. And then after that, this function returns a value. To return a value, we should use the function name, that is sum sum as it is, and equals to a plus b plus c. This function will return value from here to here. Okay, then end function, and the return value will be printed, and then program will be end in this end line. While calling a sub procedure, we have this call statement. You should write this in capital letter, uppercase, call. The function name is sum a comma b comma c. So we have written here same. After calling, sub procedure does not return a value. So we haven't stored any value here. So we don't need to print value as well. So end. Now sum a comma b comma c, instead of function, we have written here sub. Now sub procedure does not return a value. While returning a value, we should use the name of the function. But sub procedure does not return a value, so we cannot use this name sum. Instead of that, we can use anything else. So I have written here s equals to a plus b plus c, and this does not return a value, so we have to print that value. Sum of three number is where s, and then end sub. This end sub also end here. After finishing this calculation, it will go back to the main module from where it is called this line, and then after that end, and program will end here. Hope you understand the concept of function and sub procedure. And if yes, then click on the like button and subscribe button and share with your friends. Have a good day and see you in the next video.